Good evening, and welcome to the Spring 2016 FCPS Retirement Ceremony. Yes. This is such a great night of celebration, and we are so happy that you are here. My name's Chase Ramey. I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, and it's a great pleasure to be here tonight with you to honor our retirees. Tonight we celebrate the incredible talent and the remarkable moments of our retirees. And as we start, a few data points, because, well, it wouldn't be education without data analysis. We have 114 retirees being honored here tonight, and more than 300 friends, family members, and colleagues who came with them to share in the celebration. Tonight's retirees represent an astounding 2,547 combined years of service. And that's incredible. And on a personal note, 3 of our retirees have worked for FCPS since before I was born, which I think is awesome. It's a tenure and dedication that I think is amazing, and I only hope that I'm able to have the length and the dedication and amount of impact in my own career. While our retirees are clearly the focus of tonight's celebration, I would like to begin by introducing some of our special guests. First, we have several members of our school board who will be congratulating you tonight. I would like to ask each board member to stand as I call your name. Pat Hines, Chairman, Hunter Mill District. Tammy Daranek Koufax, Lee District. Ryan McElveen, Member at Large. Jeanette Huff, Member at Large. And today is actually Jeanette's youngest 6th birthday, so she's not going to be staying all evening, but happy birthday to your son. Elion Moon, Member at Large. Dahlia Palchek, Providence District. And Janie Strauss, Drainsville District. Additionally, we have several members of our leadership team here tonight. Steve Lockhart, Deputy Superintendent. Francisco Duran, Chief Academic Officer. Marty Smith, Chief of Staff. Susan Quinn, Chief Operating Officer. Jane Lipp, Assistant Superintendent, Special Services. Mary Beth Luffglass, Assistant Superintendent, Information Technology. Kristen Michael, Assistant Superintendent, Financial Services. Jeff Plattenberg, Assistant Superintendent, Facilities and Transportation Services. Linda Burke, Associate Superintendent, Regional Leadership and Support. Douglas Tyson, Regional Assistant Superintendent for Region 1. Jay Pearson, Executive Principal, Region 2. Terry Dade, Assistant Superintendent, Region 3. And Francis Ivey, Assistant Superintendent, Region 5. Later in the ceremony, members of our leadership team will honor our retirees by reading your profiles. But next, we'd like to honor the friends, family members, and principals or supervisors for supporting our retirees as they gave their time, talent, and energy to the children of Fairfax County. Would you all please stand so that we can thank you? A special thank you to several other individuals who helped make tonight special. Scott Poole, the principal of this fantastic school, and his amazing staff for all of their support. The FCPS food services team. Wasn't the food at the reception delicious? Keith Owens and the jazz guitar combos from West Springfield High School. Such a great example of the talented students we have throughout the county. Members of the HR team working behind the scenes providing logistical support for this evening's event. And finally, I'd like to thank the retirement committee members and the volunteers who worked hard to make this evening special. This event takes a lot of effort, and they all do it with so much heart. I'm extremely proud of all of them. Thank you. And now to you all, our guest. Whether your career path led you to be a bus driver, food service worker, custodian, teacher, administrator, or to serve in one of the many other instructional support positions, you have all played an integral role in the success of Fairfax County Public Schools. I've only been here for 4 months, and I can honestly say it's the people that make this a great place to work. You have all made a difference. Yeah, for sure, yeah. It's a celebration. We'll applaud all night long. You have all made a difference in the lives of our students, which makes you part of the FCPS story. You will always be a member of our family, not just for the work you've accomplished, but for the legacy you leave behind. And just as a reminder of this, you're going to receive a check from us every month. Which brings me to the next honored guest I'd like to introduce, Jean Carr, the Executive Director of ERFC. Jean, please stand. Jean, thank you for everything that you do. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the Deputy Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Stephen Lockhart.
Thank you, Dr. Ramey. Good evening and welcome to the spring retirement ceremony. Congratulations. As you've probably already noticed by now, I am not Dr. Karen Garza, as it says in your program, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry also to report that she can't be here tonight. She loves this ceremony, but she has been coughing sick all week, and I don't think she'd be able to get through probably more than 3 words with having to continue to cough. So she sends her apologies. She more than ever wants to be here to say congratulations and thank you. And she did, again, between coughing fits, ask me to please relay that message to you. This is also the first retirement ceremony being emceed by our new Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Dr. Chase Ramey, and he is doing a great job. So thank you, Chase, for your work. And just like Dr. Ramey, I do extend my thanks to all those that he recognized who certainly make this ceremony a reality. It takes an incredible amount of work and organization. I also certainly want to thank our school board chair, as well as the members of our school board who are here with us this evening. Thank you again for joining us. I'm also very honored to have our retirees and their families celebrating with us tonight. As an educator myself, for many years, I recognize that our success as educators requires tremendous support from our family and friends. Our family and friends serve as that rock for us after many long days, or that person that we can share celebrations with or even vent with sometimes. So I know we gave an applause earlier for family and friends of our retirees, but I'd like to say a special thank you to all the family members and friends who are here supporting our outstanding FCPS retirees this evening. Thank you. As Dr. Ramey said, whatever your role in our school system, we are all in the business of education and all in the business of serving the children and families of our community. Whatever our role is, we make a difference in the lives of students. And you all have served our community with honor. We have lots of people we're going to hear about tonight and some great stories to share with you and some unique ways in which our retirees have touched students' lives during their time with us. We have some people who have been career switchers, maybe started down a different path and had teaching as a calling and came to us later in their careers. We also have some folks that you'll hear about who have been with FCPS for their entire career. In fact, there are 24 retirees here tonight that have been with us for 30 years or longer. We even have a long-serving married couple that will be retiring tonight, Linda and Larry Burke. I will say that I've had the great fortune of getting to work with Linda these past couple of years, and like all of our retirees, she will be greatly missed. I'm sure there are a million stories you could share about your experiences in FCPS, and even a book you could write. You've done it all. You've helped students understand a difficult lesson. You've helped them get along with their peers. You've helped them better understand and connect with the world around them. You've gotten them to and from school safely. You've kept their school environment safe, clean, and healthy. You've helped them pass the test, pass the class, graduate to the next grade, or graduate on to college or out into the world. You've helped students with supplies. You've helped with clothes for winter and even food for families. You've helped them succeed, and you've persevered through it all. I'm excited for you as you enter into this new phase of your life. I hope you have the time to spend with family, to travel, to take up a new hobby, or simply read great books. I hope you have the time to do whatever it is that you want to do. For all you've done and all that you will do, you have my respect, my thanks, and my gratitude. Please enjoy the days and years ahead. Congratulations. At this time, I'd like to introduce Chairman of the Fairfax County Public School Board, Pat Hines.
Thank you, Steve. Hello, everybody. I noticed the loudest applause just now was for the students, the musicians, which is absolutely appropriate, and I would expect nothing less in this room. So it is absolutely my honor, my great honor to, on behalf of the school board, congratulate you on this most important day. The last time I did this, I got up and spoke to retirees. I talked about how, I'm a teacher myself, and I talked about how jealous I usually am of my friends who are retiring or have retired, and how, a year later they look 10 years younger, and it's just like kind of this endless summer that we all imagine, And that is all true, but it's interesting. Then when we stood over here and I shook hands and met some of the people, there were clearly mixed emotions, This is an interesting time, and that makes perfect sense that there were also some tears in with all of the joy. Because, you've made really, as you know, long-term and important relationships with your colleagues, your students, the families. You will miss them, and they will miss you, and that's the hard part of this. I think you'll probably also miss the work, at least at some point, right? Maybe not right away, but at some point. Somebody's shaking his head. But I think, just from my opinion, is I think the big cosmic payoff for people who work for and with children is that your work never retires. It goes on working out there in the lives of the children who have benefited from your work. And so I think that's a great feeling. And I think it really doesn't matter what job you held in the school system. And I know we've got folks in here who have held virtually every job in schools and out of schools. And you all have made that kind of difference in children's lives that will go on for many years. And it will affect the people they know and the places they go. I mean, think about it. Bus drivers in the audience, how many times, how many kids did you say good morning and have a good weekend? That matters to kids. That teaches them to be cheerful in their work and to be kind and thoughtful of other people. All the people in the buildings who support the work of the teachers, the people in the office, the custodians, the cafeteria workers. You actually got to know so many kids over the years, and every smile, every high five, every Band-Aid, those things matter to kids too. They teach them to be caring members of a community. That's what you've done for them, and that will live on with them. And of course, the teachers and the people in central office who support what the teachers do. I think it's so humbling to think about the influence that we have on students. I mean, we really don't even know what it is. Every once in a while, you'll get kind of a message from out there in the ether somewhere about a student that you taught who's doing something great, and you can be proud of them. But the truth is, it's day in and day out an act of faith. It's thousands of acts of faith every day. You put it out there because you know it's the right thing to do. You've given the kids everything you had, and they've taken it, right? They've taken everything you had, but they're taking it off into their lives, and they are building their lives with your work. So you have so much to be proud of. Your work goes on, and now you can put your feet up, pat yourself on the back, and donate that alarm clock to someone less fortunate. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chairman Hines. Well, now it's time to celebrate you. I would like to ask Dr. Lockard, Michael Drager, and Kristen Michael to join me up front, and would ask the school board members to please come to the front to form a receiving line. While everyone is taking their places, let me provide some background on this evening's proceedings. Each retiree will come up and receive an award when his or her name is called. Retirees will then have their photo taken, followed by congratulations from our school board. We will begin with our retirees with 9 or fewer years of service by presenting them with their certificate of appreciation. We will then honor our colleagues with 10 to 24 years of service with a plaque. And we will conclude this evening by presenting an engraved clock to those honorees with 25 years or more of service to FCPS. Luckily, I just have to read the names. So, one more delay. A Hyundai Santa Fe with the license plate VBZ9947 is blocking a car trying to get out. So hopefully you make it back in. But if we could have you please move your car, that would be much appreciated. But with no further delay, it looks like Kristen is ready to go. And here we are. Christine Trin.
Christine started at FCPS as a food service substitute. She started work at Edison High and other schools in the area until she took a permanent position at Thomas Jefferson. In addition to preparing meals for Jefferson students, Christine prepared contract meals for seniors and daycare centers in the Annandale area, and when Jefferson was under renovation, she worked in the food pantry and food truck. Christine said she enjoyed serving the smartest FCPS students and just knows they will become excellent future business professionals. Congratulations, Christine.
Sharon Griffin.
Sharon spent 41 years in education, where she was a classroom teacher, a reading coach, a reading specialist, and a college professor. Out of all these experiences, she says her 6 years at FCPS have been the most energizing, and that it was a privilege to have worked in Fairfax County, and particularly at Dogwood Elementary. Sharon says the collaborative atmosphere, competence, and caring for children has been extraordinary, and it's such a wonderful way to end a long and rewarding career. Congratulations, Sharon.
Barbara Havens.
Barbara has focused her entire educational career on early childhood education. She began her career teaching preschool and primary grades, where Barbara, who is exactly 5 feet tall, said she was assured of being the tallest person in the classroom. As an administrator, she has served FCPS as an early childhood program manager, managed 2 early literacy grants at Virginia Commonwealth University, and is proud to have supported so many young children and their families over the years. Congratulations, Barbara.
Connie Bolts.
Connie would like to thank FCPS for focusing on professional development and investing in the careers of its teachers. She quotes Reader Pearson, "Every kid deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists they become the best they can possibly be." Connie calls her FCPS her champion, and she says the opportunities afforded to her allowed her to be a champion for her students. Congratulations, Connie.
Linda Truitt.
Linda exemplifies the finest qualities of a teacher and is an inspiration to colleagues and students alike. Recently, she received the following text. "Hello, my name is Angelica. I've been looking for Linda Truitt, who was my third grade teacher. She made me feel special, and she changed my life." After 18 years of searching, Angelica found the woman who left an indelible mark on her life. Linda is clearly a teacher who made a difference. Congratulations, Linda.
Francisco Guzman.
Francisco says he is grateful to God, Drainsville Elementary, and all of FCPS for the opportunities he has received. He has taken great pride in his work at FCPS and says the experience has helped him grow both as a professional and a person. Francisco wishes everybody the best in their new endeavors. Thank you for your service, Francisco.
Paula Kane.
Paula has loved being an instructional assistant for the past 9 years. She is kind, patient, and always willing to go that extra mile whenever needed. Paula is adored by her students and coworkers, all of whom say they will miss her very much, and they wish her the best in her retirement. Congratulations, Paula.
Peter Osborne.
Peter spent his career at FCPS ensuring students arrived at school safe and on time. He was so diligent about bus maintenance that his last no-start day was in April of 2009. Peter is known by everyone as a hardworking, friendly employee who takes great pride in his work. Congratulations on your retirement, Peter.
Rick Thornton.
Rick says he enjoyed watching the kids develop over the years. During his time as a school bus driver for FCPS, he has worked with a great bunch of special education teachers, instructional assistants, and students. Before becoming a bus driver, Rick spent 30 years in federal law enforcement with the Department of the Interior and 22 years in the U.S. Army Reserve as an officer in the Military Police Corps. Rick says he will always cherish the years spent transporting his precious cargo. Congratulations, Rick.
We now move to our retirees with 10 to 24 years of service, and Jeff Plattenberg has joined me. Our next retiree is Melissa Shine.
When Melissa joined FCPS, she accepted a position as an intellectual disabilities teacher. This was new for her. Previously, Melissa was a general education teacher and a resource room teacher. But she was delighted with her new role and says she enjoyed working with all the students and with all the wonderful parents who supported her along the way. Congratulations.
Maria Elena Vasconez.
Maria says she was very happy working with special needs children, and if she had to do it all over again, she most certainly would. She has been 100% committed to them and honored to have learned so much from these wonderful children. They've taught her the meaning of love and acceptance, and that if we put our minds to it, we're all capable of achieving our goals and dreams.
Patricia Cavalieri.
At the start of the 2005 school year, Patricia, then PTA president at Hughes, was stuffing welcoming packages for new students. After an informal chat with the Langston Hughes principal and a 15-year hiatus to raise her 4 children, Patricia resumed her teaching career and was back in the classroom. She intended to stay for 5 years, but stayed 11. While Patricia is looking forward to retirement and is excited for adventures yet to come, she says she'll miss her colleagues and the students, especially at Hughes.
Everett Feemster.
Everett says his work with FCPS was very special and rewarding. He dedicated himself to gaining student trust and ensuring they knew they could approach him with their problems. Everett says it was gratifying when students and their parents showed him their appreciation by sending him thank you cards or returning after graduation to visit him. Thank you for your dedication, Everett.
Mike Bussey.
As a software engineer, Mike has seen many changes in technology over the course of his career. He has analyzed and helped solve programming problems to ensure the needs of staff and students were met. Mike has enjoyed working with his colleagues at FCPS, but alas, even the best software engineer would have trouble developing an algorithm to solve the I-95 commute. Congratulations, Mike.
Kathy Noble.
At first, Kathy thought she would be a science librarian, but while children were young, she went on to complete the extra courses required to be a school librarian. In 1995, Kathy began her new career in Maryland, where she discovered she really belonged in a school library. Kathy says she is going to miss the kids in the books, but certainly not the testing and the early hours.
Paula Fargo.
Paula's 14 years of service was spent entirely at Glasgow Middle School, where she taught U.S. history to the students at all levels. Paula especially loved teaching World War II history. Highlights of Paula's career include a summer internship at the American Air Museum in Cambridge, England, department chair for 6 years, 9 years as the co-chair of the Vanguard team, and 7th grade lead teacher this past year. She was an early adopter of Google Classroom and has always encouraged her peers to use technology for inquiry-based learning. Congratulations, Paula.
Kathleen Kozak.
When Kathleen's husband retired from the military, they settled their family in Burke. She became involved in the community by becoming a parent volunteer at Robinson Secondary. Eventually, she was hired as an instructional aide in special education, and it is here where Kathleen found her calling. In 2008, she received Robinson's People's Choice Award for her kind and caring attitude in providing help, support, and information, always with a smile. She says, "Every day has been a pleasure working with the students, staff, and parents, especially to help those with special needs." Congratulations, Kathleen.
Sandy Thompson.
Sandy began her career as an educator 44 years ago. During this time, she taught home economics in middle schools and high schools. She taught pregnant and parenting teens at an alternative high school, homeschooled her own children, mentored 9 novice teachers, and has taught ESOL for the past 12 years. Sandy has received countless letters of appreciation from colleagues, parents, and students, and says the highlight of her career has been her ability to connect with all students, especially those most at risk. Congratulations, Sandy.
John Uncles.
John began his teaching career in 2002 after 20 years in private industry as a government contracts administrator. He taught ESOL at Herndon Middle School for his entire career. While at HMS, he was the co-chairman of the ESOL department for 7 years, and during the last 4 years, he was the lead sponsor of the school's Virginia Star computer program. All the best in your retirement, John.
Rosara West.
Rosara has so many memories of the kids from the Head Start program, she can't keep count. She says the children have changed her life and that she will always remember them because they're so unique and full of energy. Rosara recalls one morning this year, a boy said, holding her hand, "I'm going to sing a song for you." She says she's so grateful for this experience and that it was just one of the many reasons she will miss Lake Ann Elementary. Congratulations, Rosara.
Nazrin Kerman-Shashi.
Nasrin would like to share this note from her student, Ryan. "If teachers get a flower for each nice thing that they do, you'd have a great big garden growing just for you." We wish you all the best in your retirement, Nasrin.
Kathy Shipe.
Kathy was Teacher of the Year nominee in 2010. Her nominator at the time said she defied the laws of physics. She inspires her students to work at a quick and steady pace. At the same time, her classroom has a feeling of unhurried calm, where students have the time and space to think and to learn. Kathy is highly regarded among her colleagues and leaves her career at FCPS with many memories. She says opening young minds to the wonders of the world has been her greatest pleasure. Congratulations, Kathy.
Terry Dade's now joining me to read profiles. Our next retiree, Marietta Hamilton.
Marietta has been an educator for many years, but it wasn't until her own children were in kindergarten that she realized what a special age it is. She says every day was an adventure and is deeply grateful to Poplar Tree for the privilege of teaching kindergarten for 16 years. Although Marietta will miss teaching, she says she moves on with the knowledge that the world will be a better place when we all practice what we learned in kindergarten. Thank you very much, Marietta.
Sue Lapp.
Sue served as a special education teacher at Kings Park Elementary. Throughout her career at FCPS, she created a safe environment for all students and instilled a lifelong love of reading and learning. Sue brought dedication and compassion to every situation and loved working with all of her students. Congratulations, Sue.
Osei Bonsu Owusu.
Osei spent his career with FCPS ensuring that students, our most precious cargo, got to and from school safe and sound. He especially enjoyed working with the special needs students, being an acting bus driver supervisor, and being a state certified trainer for new school bus drivers. Osei was a mentor to other drivers and was always willing to lend a helping hand. He will be greatly missed.
Kate Sternberg.
Kate was born an artist, and some say she's been a teacher for just as long. From a small school off the Onondaga Indian Reservation to Stone Middle School in Centerville, she has inspired teachers and students her entire career. As Kate enters retirement, she remembers her first day of teacher training. In a next-door classroom, she saw her own middle school art teacher weaving at a loom. He had recently retired and was following his passion. Now it is time for Kate to follow hers. Congratulations, Kate.
Paula Betzold.
As a special education instructional assistant, Paula learned how to teach children on the autism spectrum and those with other disabilities. Year after year, she discovered that her students were enriching her life more than she ever could have imagined, leaving Paula with many wonderful memories to cherish in retirement. Thank you so much for your service, Paula.
Gigi Castle.
Gigi's first teaching assignment was 26 years ago with the Department of Defense Dependent Schools. She said it was an unusual start to any career because she wasn't aware that she was being interviewed, nor was she aware that she was even being hired. After the DoDD schools, she joined FCPS and has been with us for the past 17 years. Gigi has taught at 4 schools over her career and says the past 5 years at Key Middle School has been her best job ever. Thank you, Gigi.
Margie Kohler.
Margie, born in Connecticut, began her teaching career in 1972 at the American Embassy School of Lima, Peru, where all instruction was given in English. She came to Fairfax County and FCPS wanted her to teach Spanish immersion, where all instruction was given in Spanish. Margie, not fazed by the challenge, undertook learning a new language. She recalls her second week of school with a first grader. Don't go anywhere, Margie. The boy, prompted by his classmates, stood up and said to Margie, "Senora Kohler, you should learn English. It really isn't that hard, and all of us can help you." He became one of her best students ever. We wish you all the best in your retirement, Margie. Thank you.
Marcia Spira Digliozzi.
Marcia became an instructional assistant at Stone Middle School 17 years ago and has loved working with students and the excellent staff ever since. Prior to joining Stone, Marcia had a variety of experiences, including 22 years as a Watertown Daily Times reporter, 5 years as a cafeteria hostess at Clifton and Deer Park Elementary Schools, and lived in Japan for 3 years. She says she has especially enjoyed being a speaker on career days and sharing her life experiences as they relate to the 7th grade history curriculum. Thank you for your service, Marcia.
Hernan Trigo.
Hernan spent his career with FCPS ensuring that students got to and from school safely. He looked forward to seeing the children as much as they looked forward to seeing him. Always willing to lend a helping hand, Hernan will be greatly missed. Thank you so much for your service, and congratulations.
Teresa Cook.
Teresa began her counseling career with FCPS in 1998 at Herndon Middle School. She was in charge of the ISP program that helped educate young people who had difficulty learning in a traditional classroom setting. After 5 years at Herndon, she transferred to Stone Middle School, where she stayed for a year before transferring back to Herndon, where she remained for the rest of her career. Thank you for your service, Teresa, and congratulations.
Deb Daniels.
Deb says that she has been teaching for as long as she can remember. She spent endless hours playing school with her sisters, years as a volunteer teacher, and finally as a licensed English teacher. Advocating for her son's learning disabilities inspired her to pursue a career in special education with Fairfax County Public Schools. Deb says she will miss professional teaching, but she's looking forward to new teaching opportunities in her retirement. Thank you so much for your service.
Drew Kevitt.
Drew would like to share this note from her student Eric, an Algebra 2 special education student. He says, "Mrs. Kevitt believed in me even when I didn't. She instills in students a desire to reach for goals, a desire to learn, and she understands her students in a unique way that is very rare amongst most people. Thank you so much for your service, Drew."
Mary Jo LaVake.
Mary Jo embraces destiny and looks forward to retirement after teaching theater arts and English for more than 20 years. She thanks all the stars in her life who have made her journey possible, her supportive family, her teaching colleagues, and especially her creative and loving students for the many laughs and inspiring life experiences. As Shakespeare said, "It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves." Thank you very much for your service.
Jay Pearson now joins me as our next reader, and our next retiree is Ramona McCullough.
Recently, Ramona celebrated the 90th birthday of her first teacher and hero, her mother. As a child, Ramona wanted to be a teacher just like her mother. She would line up her dolls in front of a worn-out chalkboard and pretend to inspire them to believe and achieve. That chalkboard has since become a smartboard and the dolls actual students, but the admiration for her mother and the dream to inspire others has never changed. Congratulations, Ramona.
Mary Prunchek.
In 1974, an idealistic Mary began teaching middle school English right out of college. She left teaching after 4 years to work for 2 national associations. 15 years ago, Mary was given the opportunity to go back to teaching and finish what she had started, and she hasn't looked back since. Mary's been grateful every day for the opportunity and for being a part of the Hayfield community. She says the work has been challenging but utterly rewarding. Congratulations, Mary.
John Sanders.
John began his career at FCPS as a school bus driver in 1997. He enjoyed being a bus driver, ensuring students got to and from school safe and sound. He would later transfer to the warehouse, where he became a truck driver. John says he is thankful and blessed to have worked in a field that touched so many people's lives. Thank you for your service, John, and congratulations.
Maria Stevens.
In 1975, Maria graduated college in Brazil and moved to the United States. She studied English in Washington, D.C., and in 1977 met her husband-to-be, Michael Stevens. After marriage came 2 daughters, and Maria stayed home to raise them until they reached the ages of 16 and 13. She then obtained a master's degree in child development with a focus on ESOL. Now, Maria is retiring from FCPS to help raise her twin grandchildren. She loved her 18 years at FCPS and says life is good.
Blanche Watson.
Blanche was a 2005 finalist for Support Employee of the Year. Since joining FCPS in 1998, she has served as a safety and security assistant. No job was too big or too small, and Blanche was always willing to help out at a moment's notice. She is the founder and director of an after-school service and self-esteem club where she inspires, motivates, and helps troubled youth build self-confidence and pride. Blanche will truly be missed.
Diana White.
In 1976, Diana graduated from the University of Texas and immediately began her career as a teacher and coach. 2 years later, she became a military spouse and eventually a mother of 2. As a military family, Diana spent 27 years moving coast to coast and to Europe. She says teaching has been a wonderful journey. As a coach, teacher, and administrator, Diana has touched thousands of students' lives and says it's been her privilege to have learned so much from her students.
Jane Costello.
Jane's association with FCPS first began when her 3 children attended Hayfield Elementary. In 1997, she began her teaching career at Hayfield and, upon receiving her master's degree in special education, transferred to Sangster Elementary, where she taught for 19 years. Jane says her career has been a wonderful journey and that she was especially inspired by the children she taught and the caring Sangster staff and community. Congratulations, Jane.
Joe Ellis.
Joe spent his career with FCPS ensuring that students and staff had a clean and safe place where they could work, learn, and thrive. He touched the lives of many students, staff, and parents with his can-do attitude and caring heart. Joe says his work has been the most rewarding experience for him and that the staff always made him feel appreciated. He will truly be missed. Thank you, Joe.
Mary Tornell.
Mary would like to share this note from a parent. I cannot express how much I appreciate all that you have done for my son. The phone calls, emails, and communication meant so much. Teachers like you are hard to find, and I'm so glad he had you. Mary has always tried to establish a positive communication with her parents and says receiving their appreciation makes it so rewarding to teach these amazing children. Congratulations, Mary.
Jenny Lopez.
Jenny has spent her 20 years as a bus driver ensuring FCPS students get to school safe and sound. Although getting a bus load of kids through Fairfax County can present its own special set of challenges, she always ends the day thinking, "Isn't this fun?" Jenny has enjoyed her ride being an FCPS bus driver and will greatly be missed.
Rebecca Michaels.
Rebecca says Fairfax County Public Schools have been very good to her. She has taught at various elementary schools in the county during her career, and her 4 favorite experiences have been serving as a member of the leadership team to open Sangster Elementary, working as a kindergarten teacher at Dogwood, teaching at Bailey's Elementary, and participating in the Changing Education Through the Arts courses at the Kennedy Center. Congratulations on your retirement, Rebecca.
Beverly Parker Lewis.
Beverly, also known as Doc around Herndon, has been an anchor in the Herndon community and a light in this world. From the moment you meet her, you know she will be in your life forever. With every interaction, she is authentic, kind, and dedicated to helping people reach their potential. Herndon High will miss her. Congratulations, Beverly.
Lawrence Olson.
After serving 20 years in the U.S. Navy, Lawrence retired and obtained a master's degree in education from George Washington University. His 21-year teaching career ends where it began, teaching physical science at Glasgow Middle School. Lawrence says he hopes his life's message was understood by all he encountered. Congratulations and best wishes in retirement, Lawrence.
Thank you, Jay. Marty Smith's now joining me to read profiles. And our next retiree is Nancy Rhodes.
When Nancy returned to teaching to help with college expenses after a 15-year hiatus to raise her 4 children, she never dreamed she would stay as long as she did. Nancy has taught kindergarten through 4th grade and through 4 Title I schools during her 21-year career at FCPS. She says, although teaching is an extremely challenging calling, it has been rewarding and would not trade 1 minute of it. Congratulations, Nancy.
Inga Pesano.
What do Chinese jump rope, rotten potatoes, and paper airplanes have in common? They have all been props in Inga's French classes. Anyone who's ever sat through one of her enlightening and wacky French classes would agree that this lady loves what she does, said one student. Inga, who has been compared to the great comedian Lucille Ball, was named Teacher of the Year for Fairfax County and the Agnes Meyer Outstanding Educator in 2003, and was a Fulbright exchange teacher to Senegal in 2008 to 2009. Congratulations, Inga.
Les Strager.
Les started his teaching career in Arlington County more than 35 years ago. Unfortunately, 2 years later, his teaching career was put on hold due to circumstances beyond his control. That was until 1994 when a former principal convinced him to join FCPS and bring the auto tech program back to Fairfax High. Les remained a teacher until his retirement 22 years later. He leaves Fairfax High School with the National Automotive Technicians Education Foundation certified program and is proud to know that he has helped countless students attain jobs in the automotive industry. Congratulations, Les.
Deborah DeSantis.
Deborah reflects on her career as a special education teacher. She says it has been a demanding job, but deeply gratifying at the same time. The rewards have greatly outnumbered the challenges that she has been so lucky to have been part of the lives of so many students. Deborah would like to share this note from a parent. You give my son a comfort zone and the confidence to do his best. Congratulations, Deborah.
Patricia Jennings.
Pat, a physical education and health teacher at Walt Whitman, has been a teacher for 40 years. She has taught middle school and enjoyed every minute of it. Pat says the students have helped shape her into the person she is, and that she has been so blessed to do what she loves, and that she will miss them all. Congratulations, Pat.
eBay Crawley.
eBay's expertise in child growth and development, teaching non-categorical preschool special education, K-12 reading, science, English, U.S. history, and middle years international baccalaureate will serve her well in her next career as Director of Historic Anacostia Arts and Education, a Southeast Washington, D.C. arts education organization. eBay's fondest memories are preserved in the thank you notes she received for fundraisers supporting Hurricane Katrina, Sandy Hook, Haiti, and Pennies for Patients. Congratulations, eBay.
Thelma Long.
Thelma is a veteran educator with more than 40 years of teaching experience. She has spent the past 24 years with FCPS and the last 13 at Bryant Alternative. Thelma says that all children can learn and succeed, just not on the same day or in the same way. Thank you for your service, Thelma, and best wishes in retirement.
Kathleen Powers.
Kathleen has worked as a school librarian for 40 years in 3 different states and 1 other country. She is proud to end her career in FCPS as the head librarian at Mount Vernon High School. In addition to teaching research skills and sharing her love of reading, one of the highlights of her career was working with students in video production and sponsoring a morning news show, Go Majors. Congratulations, Kathleen.
We now congratulate our honorees with 25 years or more of service to FCPS. And our next retiree is Larry Burke.
In 1991, after an exciting career as a military musician, Larry began his next exciting career as an elementary music teacher. From here, he became a principal and eventually the director of leadership development for the district. Larry says his greatest joy has been working with others to create a positive climate for learning where hope and possibility prevail. He is proud to have had the privilege of serving FCPS and sharing in the vision of greatness for all students. Congratulations, Larry.
Brenda Caton.
Brenda spent the first half of her career at FCPS as a school bus driver. She enjoyed driving the children to and from school and especially liked taking them on field trips. Brenda says the cutest ones were the preschool children. They just loved the big yellow bus. Brenda then moved into the office of Centerville Elementary as an office assistant, where she worked for the last half of her career. Brenda says she still got to be around children, but she also got to work with a great group of adults. Thank you for your service, Brenda.
Bashir Shihab.
Bashir joined FCPS on October 15, 1990, as an electronic technician. After that, he was assigned to the fire alarm section, eventually advanced to field supervisor, and in 2002 was put in charge of the fire alarm section. It was in this position that Bashir was able to make a big difference for Fairfax County schools and is happy leaving FCPS knowing that our fire alarms have set an example for schools across the country. Thank you very much, Bashir.
Rosaria Crawford.
Rosaria would like to share this note from a parent. This past weekend, Stephen had 4 8th grade boys over at the house. They all have Mrs. Crawford for a teacher, but they are not all in the same class. All of the boys said she was their favorite teacher and that they love her because she makes learning fun. If Mrs. Crawford can get 8th grade boys to want to go to class every day and learn Spanish, then she is definitely doing something right. Congratulations and best wishes in retirement, Rosaria.
Faye Godfrey.
And Faye would like to share this note from a parent. Due to your efforts and enthusiasm, my son has grown into a great independent reader. You encouraged him to become a member of your classroom community, empathetic of others, and taught him work ethics that will follow him throughout his whole life. It was refreshing to have a teacher that understands the whole child and is dedicated to developmentally appropriate early childhood education. Words can't thank you enough. Congratulations, Faye.
Frances Ivy is our next reader, and our next retiree is Regina King.
When Regina started her career in FCPS as a school bus driver, she was raising 2 children and working on her degree in education. From there, she went on to become an elementary teacher and a school-based technology specialist at Laurel Ridge Elementary and Oakview Elementary. Ever the learner, Regina's career took another turn when she earned a master's degree in instructional technology to become an instructional technology specialist. Regina says she is most proud of being part of the grassroots movement and integration of instructional technology into elementary classrooms. Congratulations, Regina.
Steve Kogut.
Steve has a gift for helping students understand complex musical ideas and encouraging them to express their critical thinking through musical creativity. He uses interdisciplinary techniques to bridge musical concepts with the Common Core and has grown as a teacher by continually adapting his teaching methods to suit his students' needs. Steve also designed and implemented Stone Middle School's innovative musical technology class, allowing students to compose their own music using diverse software programs. Thank you for your service, Steve.
Beth Kramer.
Beth has seen a lot of changes and had a wide variety of teaching experiences throughout her 25-year career at FCPS. She has taught at the secondary school, several elementary schools, a primary school, a Title I school, and taught for 3 years on a modified calendar school year. Now, as the next season of Beth's life begins, let's hope she enjoys an equally varied retirement. Congratulations, Beth.
Miriam Luna.
Miriam has enjoyed the 25 years she spent at FCPS helping students reach their fullest potential academically and socially. Although her journey here is coming to a close, she plans to continue helping children and by pursuing her dream of opening an orphanage in her native country, Bolivia. Miriam's former students and coworkers say they will miss her and wish her all the best. Congratulations, Miriam.
Polly Malton.
Polly began her 25-year teaching career as a classroom teacher, and for the past 19 years has been a reading teacher. She says it was her good fortune to have the opportunity to teach thousands of children from kindergarten through grade 8 to read and to share her love of reading. Best wishes and thank you for your dedicated service, Polly.
Marianne Moroney.
Marianne would like to share this note from her daughter. You returned to teaching to raise me. I grew up making worksheets for my dolls in the teacher workroom, helping you decorate your impeccable bulletin boards and watching the daily kindnesses you showed your special ed and ESOL students. You taught me how important it is to love what you do and to do it perfectly, and for that, you are my hero. We wish you all the very best for a well-deserved retirement, Mary Ann.
Pauline McAfee.
Pauline has been at Forest Edge Elementary for her entire teaching career. She says the school became her second home, its diverse community reminding her of her tenure in the Boston public school system. Pauline received Outstanding Teacher Awards in Massachusetts and New Jersey and went on to become a teacher leader in Fairfax County. She has touched the lives of many educators, parents, and students throughout her career. Congratulations, Pauline.
Beverly Henry Nance.
Over the course of her career, Beverly has worked as a teacher and school counselor in Bermuda, Michigan, Indiana, Missouri, and Virginia. Through these varied experiences, she learned having a positive and enthusiastic group of coworkers can impact your life and career in meaningful and memorable ways. She says happiness in the workplace requires diplomacy, flexibility, and a little humor. Beverly's retirement plans include leisurely coffee dates, impromptu trips, and turning off the alarm clock forever. Congratulations, Beverly.
Linda Rapp.
As a child, Linda taught her dolls as she dreamed of being a teacher. For the past 38 years, she has fulfilled that dream, teaching English, speech, and theater. Linda has taught at all grade levels in 3 different states, but the majority of her career has been at the high school level. She says working with high school students has kept her young, and teaching has been a joy. Thank you for your service and dedication, Linda.
Suzanne Shawnez.
Suzanne says since she arrived at Lee's Corner Elementary in 1991, she has had the privilege to work with the most gifted teachers, administrators, and staff in the county. They are not only her colleagues, they are her extended family. Over the course of Suzanne's career in Fairfax County, she says she has been afforded the opportunity to expand her knowledge as an educator far beyond that of a speech-language pathologist, and she will always remember her time in FCPS fondly. Congratulations, Suzanne.
Valerie Warrener.
Valerie has been a teacher in Virginia for 33 years, and 25 of those were spent in Fairfax County. When she came to Fairfax, she taught civics, English, and physical science, but teaching physical science to 8th graders was her passion. Valerie quotes Ruth Beechick, "A teacher who loves learning earns the right and the ability to help others learn." And she loved every minute of learning and teaching science. Congratulations, Valerie.
Dana Gillespie.
Dana never planned on being a teacher. As a theater major, her sights were set on the stage. After many years as a professional actress, one particular role gave her an opportunity to interact with children who had special needs. That experience led to volunteering at a school, then subbing, and finally a master's degree in special education. It was an unexpected detour that led her to teaching, but she couldn't imagine a better career. Thank you for your service, Dana.
Our next reader is Francisco Duran. Our next retiree is Dottie Jensen.
Dottie says helping children leave their homes for the first time to grow in confidence and become part of the classroom family has been a wonderful part of her career. For Dottie, there is nothing like watching children realize that patterns are everywhere in the world, or watching them begin to read for the very first time. Dottie says that she will always treasure her memories of teaching kindergarten and first grade. Congratulations, Dottie.
Jorge Tabuada.
Jorge began his career with Fairfax County Public Schools in 1990 as an hourly custodian and worked his way all the way up to a building supervisor. His entire 25 years were spent at Chantilly High School, which became his second home, and he treated it just like that. Congratulations and felicitaciones and best wishes, Jorge.
Kitty Zaidan.
Kitty began her 26-year career with FCPS as a learning disabilities instructional assistant. After completing her master's degree in education, she worked at Cherry Run Elementary School as a classroom teacher for 15 years. For the past 10 years, Kitty has been an art teacher at Fairview Elementary, finally bringing together her very two loves, teaching and art. Kitty says she is looking forward to the next exciting phase of her life, and we wish you well in that. Congratulations.
Elizabeth Pigram.
Elizabeth began her career at FCPS teaching language arts at Sandburg and Twain Middle Schools. After completing the FCPS Administrative Cohort Program, she also served as an administrative intern at Stone Middle School. Since 2000, Elizabeth has taught a variety of grade levels in the English department at Falls Church. She's also been the department chair for the past 6 years and attributes her career to a strong family work ethic. And now you can enjoy your time with your family. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Christina Trotter.
Christina would like to share these thoughts that were given to her from one of her parents. I was reminded of a woman that I had connected with many years ago through Head Start when my oldest son was in that program. Christina became involved in our lives through the program and went way above and beyond her call of duty with our family, and most importantly, with the community. A seasoned ambassador for the familiar faces and strangers alike, Christina has always been involved in ways to serve and give back to the community around her. Congratulations, Christina, and thank you for that service.
Carol Coulter.
Carol would like to share a note from Brian Hull, her former principal at Colin Powell Elementary. Carol is one of those outstanding FCPS educators whose love of teaching and learning, as well as her dedication to delivering high-quality instruction to each and every one of her students, is evident every single day. In addition to supporting each learner so that they can achieve their absolute fullest, Carol has consistently demonstrated a strong commitment to her instructional team, to our school community, and to our profession. As a national board certified teacher, Carol has consistently modeled best practices for her colleagues and teachers alike who are fortunate enough to be placed in her classroom to learn from. Carol's love of learning is both appreciated and valued by all. Congratulations.
Letitia Umare.
Leticia has spent her entire FCPS career as a multilingual registrar. She was highly regarded by colleagues and could always be counted on to provide generous support to every family member or person registering their children with the Fairfax County school system. Leticia says it has been her pleasure to serve all of the school system's families for almost 3 decades. We wish you all the best in your retirement. Felicitaciones, Leticia.
Melinda Jennings.
Melinda is a school psychologist who has served more than 20 years in 3 preschool diagnostic centers. During the last half of her career with FCPS, she has specialized in the evaluation of preschool-aged children with developmental disabilities. Melinda says spending time working one-on-one with these very young children, trying to determine what they need to reach their full potential and be successful in school was the most rewarding part of her career. And we wish you congratulations, Melinda.
Marion Rexroad.
Marion has dedicated her entire career to FCPS as a monthly payroll assistant. She says it has been a privilege and a challenge to ensure payroll is completed on time, and that in all of her years, it has never been late. She says not even for a blizzard or a hurricane. And Marion will certainly miss coming to work each day and working with great coworkers, but she says she's looking forward to the many new experiences after retirement. And thank you for your payroll service. Congratulations. We all thank you for that.
Mary Ann Sherwood.
In 1988, Mary Ann began her career as an art educator, but it was during the past 16 years when she really grew into her favorite role, that of Mama Sherwood, as she is known at Key Middle School. Mary Ann enjoyed the excitement when a student created their very first masterpiece and the fun of middle schoolers always wanting to use glitter, no matter how dirty it might have got. Mary Ann says she feels privileged to have touched the lives of many future budding artists, and we wish you well in your retirement, Mary Ann.
Krista York.
Krista would like to share this note from Lorene Tomey, a former student of hers. Quote, I first met Krista when I was her 6th grade student. She did much more than teach me. She involved me in history through activities and the legendary interactive notebook, which I actually still have. Today, Krista is my colleague who continuously inspires me and guides me through my own teaching career. I have witnessed her influence in the classroom, and I am honored to know such a dedicated educator. We wish you well. Congratulations, Krista.
Douglas Tyson is our next reader, and our next retiree is Luanne Crandall.
Luanne says she will never regret entering the teaching profession because it has empowered her with the opportunity to positively influence the lives of others, the children, colleagues, and the community in which she lives and works. She would like to thank the Franklin Sherman community for entrusting their precious children to her for many years. Luanne once says, once she has had a child in her class, that child remains forever in her heart, and she is grateful for those memories. Congratulations, Luanne.
Daniel Yeboah Saki.
On January 10th, 1987, Daniel started his career at FCPS as a custodian at West Springfield High School. He moved on to the paint shop and later transferred to the Sideburn Plumbing Shop, where he has been for the past 25 years. During his time at Sideburn, Daniel was a plumbing trainee and then promoted to plumbing mechanic. His colleagues know him as someone who personifies the concept of team player. Daniel says he has enjoyed his time at the Sideburn Plumbing Shop and will cherish the people and the moments for years to come. Congratulations, Daniel. Yes, sir.
Our next set of retirees have 30 or more years of service. Dorothy Davis.
Dorothy would like to share this note from Gregory Hall, assistant principal at Liberty Middle School. I had the pleasure of working with Ms. Davis for nearly 6 years. She went from a custodian 1 to assistant building supervisor. Not only is Ms. Davis probably one of the hardest working individuals I've ever met, she is also passionate about everything she does. She would volunteer to help out without being asked. I could depend on Ms. Davis anytime I had a special function to make sure everything was set up and ready to go. She is one of a kind, and I already miss having her great smile and her great work ethic around me. Congratulations, Dorothy.
Cheryl Eggy.
Cheryl started her career with FCPS in 1985 as a classroom teacher. After earning a master's degree, she went on to serve as a school-based technology specialist, education specialist, IT project manager, ERP director, assistant controller, and project management coordinator. Her colleagues say one of Cheryl's strongest traits is her outstanding interpersonal skills. She is a collaborator in the truest sense of the word and has a long list of accomplishments of which she should be proud. Thank you, Cheryl.
Lisa Halstead.
Lisa was a part of the FCPS family long before starting her career in 1986. She graduated from McLean High School in 1976, and her 3 children later graduated from South County High School. Lisa believes in FCPS and everything it represents. Today, as we celebrate Lisa's career and the careers of all retirees, Lisa begins the next chapter of her life, carrying with her the special moments that defined her career. Congratulations, Lisa.
Diane Holland.
Diane's career began at Madison High School, where she set up a model athletic training program and started a student athletic training program. In 1996, she took a position as an 8th grade health specialist at Stone Middle School. Diane says she lives by the following quote: "Life is a journey with problems to solve, lessons to learn, but most of all, the experiences to enjoy." She is honored to have been a part of the lives of thousands of students and is looking forward to the new journey ahead. Congratulations, Diane.
Deborah Jackson.
Deborah is a career switcher who passionately served as a middle and high school teacher, assistant principal, and HR resource, supporting the system's new teacher and administrator evaluation programs. She is known for her leadership, compassion, positive, and inspiring attitude towards everyone. Deborah says she will miss the many students, families, and colleagues that she has served during her tenure with FCPS. She is looking forward to more time in California with her grandkids and in Florida with the other snowbirds. Her legacy of service will long be remembered. Dr. Debbie Jackson, congratulations.
David Lord.
David would like to share this note from a former student. David Lord is easily one of the best teachers I have ever had. He cares about his students and their success. Not only did he help me in class, David also spent time on the phone reviewing math with both of my children. David has no idea how extremely rare and special he is. He is an excellent person and an excellent friend. All of his students are incredibly lucky to have had them touch their lives. Congratulations, David.
Laura Robinson.
Over the years, Laura has become the indisputable authority on student information reporting at the local, state, and federal levels, from average daily membership to zip codes, preschool testing identifiers, to graduation requirements, not to mention class size, instructional time, and GPAs. Many have come to rely on Laura's passion and expertise. At long last, Laura can devote herself to her other passions, such as biking, baking, music, and most of all, being Nana to her grandson. Congratulations, Laura!
Mary Ann Stevener.
Marianne began her career as a second grade teacher at Bailey's Elementary. Later, she became a first and second grade teacher at West Lawn, Union Mill, and Deer Park, where she spent the bulk of her 30-year career. Marianne says helping all children succeed in reading has always been her passion. So in 2008, she earned a master's degree in reading from George Mason University and finished her teaching career at Oakton Elementary as a reading specialist. Congratulations, Marianne!
Christine Stotts.
By the age of 10, Christine knew that she wanted to be a teacher and work with students with special needs. Now, many years later, she has fulfilled that dream by working in special education for more than 36 years in Pennsylvania and in Fairfax County. Her philosophy has always been to care for students the same way she would want your own children cared for, and to instill that in others. Congratulations, Christine!
Priscilla Whitten Bunn.
Priscilla began her special education career in 1986 in Fairfax County. She spent her entire 30-year career in 2 schools, Cardinal Forest Elementary and Franconia Elementary, and has taught students using every special education model from self-contained to total inclusion. Priscilla has also taught developmentally delayed preschool or intercession classes every summer. She says she developed many special relationships with students, families, and staff members, and will always hold wonderful memories of Fairfax County Public Schools. Congratulations, Priscilla!
Thank you, Douglas. Our next reader is Susan Quinn, and our next retiree is Don Beebe.
Don has enjoyed his 31 years of teaching and coaching at West Potomac. The Social Studies Department became his second home, and many of his colleagues became his closest friends. Don's coaching career in track and cross country allowed him to work with some of the finest student athletes our area has ever produced. Don says he will miss his time with FCPS and hopes for continued growth at his school and in the county. Congratulations, Don.
Tanya Ramsor.
Tanya has enjoyed working in Fairfax County. She has seen many changes in the area and within the schools over the course of her career. Tanya says FCPS has become a diverse and unique system that addresses the needs of many students, and she looks forward as we proceed into the 21st century and continue to strive for excellence. She wishes all of us well and plans to pursue more interactions with others in the education field. Congratulations, Tanya.
Michelle DiGianesti Sanchez.
More than 30 years ago, Michelle left her native New York City for a graduate school internship in Fairfax County Public Schools. She did not expect to spend her entire career in Virginia, but once here, she found that her passion for teaching gave her purpose, and it quickly became her profession. Michelle taught special education, helping her students become independent adults. She feels honored to have spent her entire career doing what she loves, enabling her to impact so many young lives. Congratulations, Michelle.
Diane Oliver.
A product of FCPS herself and destined to be a teacher from the moment she played one in her first grade play, Diane has taught special education students with passion and enthusiasm for 35 years. Her career highlights include teaching at Old Creek Center, Ravensworth Elementary, the elementary school she attended, and Poplar Tree Elementary, where she was a charter staff member and has remained for 25 years. Diane says teaching is her career, special education is in her heart. Congratulations, Diane.
Chuck Shiflett.
Chuck says Fairfax County Public Schools has been a place of enrichment and enlightenment. enlightenment, and that he has worked with many wonderful people throughout his career. As a young man, Chuck never imagined he would be here, ending one career and getting ready for the next phase of his life. He says he is filled with joy, sadness, and uncertainty of what tomorrow has in store, and that he will always be grateful for the opportunity to work in facilities management. Chuck wishes all his colleagues the very best, and he's looking forward to spending quality time with his family and tackling the honey-do list his wife has created over the years. Congratulations, Chuck.
Wanda Hill Thomas.
Reflecting on her time in Fairfax County, Wanda says she thinks about all of the wonderful teachers and students who have crossed her path, and all of the incredible learning and teaching opportunities that allowed her to grow both professionally and personally. Wanda is grateful to her family who supported her and sacrificed time with her. Without that, she says, she would not have been able to touch the lives of so many students. Congratulations, Wanda.
Janet Liebenow.
Janet has loved every day of her teaching career. Her class motto, which applies to herself as much as it does to her students, is we can do hard things. Janet instilled in her students the idea that you have to challenge yourself to change yourself, and hopes it is a lesson they will carry with them for the rest of their lives. Janet's students are always challenged and eager to learn, and so is she. All the best in retirement, Janet.
Wee Nguyen. Yeah.
To the students at Colvin Run, he is known as Mr. Wee. In 2008, in support of his Support Employee of the Year nomination, students gave comments that included, "Mr. Wee always looks out for us. Mr. Wee makes the floor sparkle like a jewel. And thank you for helping our school. I have been treasuring you every day because you clean up messes after us. You are a wonderful, helpful, and a special person to our school. Mr. Wee and his custodial staff has earned the FCPS Custodial Team of the Year for a record 13 consecutive years, the lifetime of Colvin Run. We thank you for your service."
Beth Rodriguez.
Beth was a teacher long before joining Fairfax County. Her mother remembers Beth at an early age gathering children in the neighborhood to assemble as her classroom using the back of a dresser drawer as her chalkboard. In 1983, when Beth began her career with FCPS, she started at Groveton Elementary. For the next 32 years, she fulfilled what she started as a little girl, a lifelong passion for teaching kindergarten to grade 5. Beth also worked in elementary mathematics office and more recently as a coach, specialist, and manager in Title I. Congratulations, Beth.
Chuck Welch.
Chuck lives by the quote, "If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life." He spent the first 17 years of his career at Langley High and last 16 at Westfield. After teaching in classroom for 28 years, Chuck moved to the activities office as a full-time assistant director of student activities, but remained the head baseball coach at both Langley and Westfield for 30 years. Thank you for your dedicated service, Chuck.
Our last honorees this evening have more than 35 years of service to FCPS. Steve Brown, 37 years of service to FCPS.
Steve says it was an honor and privilege to have spent his entire FCPS career teaching at Woodson High School. He spent 17 of those years in school's planetarium introducing students to the excitement of astronomy. During that time, it was also Steve's mission to make Woodson's planetarium accessible to local, regional, and even international schools and groups. He hopes that one day FCPS will be able to support its 9 planetariums again. Thank you, Steve. Congratulations.
Carol Wright, 38 years of service to FCPS.
In 1975, Carol, who was new to Fairfax County, originated the first basic skills class at Stewart High School, despite being told by staff there were no learning disabled students at the school. She went on to enjoy 38 years teaching special education, her last 34 at the school she loves, Robinson Secondary. Carol finds teaching children of former students to be especially rewarding. Carol affirms that she has never experienced a boring day at school. Congratulations, Carol.
And lastly this evening, Linda Burke, 42 years of service to FCPS.
Wow. Linda says FCPS has brought excitement. Oh! She said FCPS has brought her excitement, joy, and wonderful relationships to her life. From her students, she learned the significance of expecting the best and the impact of a smile. From her teachers, she learned the power of touching the future one day at a time. She says her principal and leadership team colleagues taught her that courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it is a quiet voice at the end of the day that says, I will try again tomorrow. Thank you for your service and dedication, Linda.
You are clearly an amazing collection of educators, and this was a wonderful evening to celebrate your success. Your contributions to the students of Fairfax County and your fellow staff members deserve thanks beyond what we can adequately express. We've been privileged to call you colleagues, and we hope that you take with you many good memories and great friendships. Thank you for all you have done. You will truly be missed. Thank you to the Board of Education, to Dr. Lockhart, and to all of you for joining us this evening and helping us celebrate the service and success of our amazing retirees. To our retirees, we wish you the very best and all that lays ahead for you. However, don't forget us. We're always looking for good subs. Once again, congratulations, thank you, and good night.